This lesson is called Elements of an Online Profile. It's designed to show you how everything fits together when you're promoting yourself as a DJ. It's designed to show you the services you can choose from, and it's designed to show you the stuff that you must have. So two things: don't get overwhelmed. You're meant to get this stuff slowly over time. Most DJs haven't got all of this stuff and never will, and that's cool. You're going to pick and choose from what's here. There's only a couple of things which are really important, and we're going to start off with those. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this lesson is not about what you're going to post on these services. I'll tell you the kind of things, but your actual strategy for posting and promoting yourself on these services is what we touch on in the next lesson when we're talking about growing your profile online and offline. This is more about setting it all up. So bearing those two things in mind, let's dive in and take a look. Oh, and one more thing, I'm going to give you a minimum viable product version of this at the end. So at the end, I'm going to tell you, look, if you do nothing else, do this. So if it is overwhelming, don't worry, we're going to kind of pull it all back at the end. But this is meant to be comprehensive, what I'm talking to you about now. Right, let's dive in. What you must have: your website. It's at the heart of everything. It's your little place on the internet. It feeds out to and back from all of these services you can see here: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, and other sites. Into and back from. Plus, it's where your contact details are, so people can get in touch with you. No one can take your website away from you. These services come and go. They fall in and out of fashion, but your website, it's yours forever. One page will do. We'll talk about that in a minute, but preferably a few more pages. What this website's about, why you got into DJing, who you are, what your services are, and a contact form is perfect. So beneath that is your email list. Your email list is super, super, super important. This is the secret weapon of DJs who promote themselves properly online. You need to have a list of people who you email regularly. And the best way of doing this is not to use Gmail or Outlook, but it's to use an email list provider, because they give you forms that you can plug into your website so people can fill in the form. And they also give you automation. So you can say every month, send out something. You can put emails in there to send out, or you can just say, look, on month 1, send them this mix. On month 2, send them this whatever, and it'll just do it automatically for you. Whenever people sign up, it does it without you doing a thing. It doesn't have to be complicated. There are lots of services out there that will allow you to do it really simply. MailChimp is one. TinyLetter is even simpler. That's another one you could try. Links are underneath for both of them. But you must have a website and preferably an email sign-up form where you can automate emails to people, because the email is the gold standard of getting people to do stuff. If you want to get someone's attention, put something into their email inbox. It's absolutely no surprise that all the wonderful social media services email you when they want you to do something, right? Sign up, confirm, because everyone checks their emails. It works on everything, and it's not going away anytime soon. You need a website, and you need an email list and an email sign up form. Okay? You're going to get those things. You're going to take a deep breath, and however hard it is, you're going to make that happen. You could just stop there. But you don't want to, right? You want at least a couple of social media profiles. So for the rest of this lesson, let's dive into all the different places that you can bagsy on the internet that are going to help you in this promoting yourself quest. Okay, the first one I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about them kind of in order here, is Instagram. So Instagram is currently the darling as we speak. It's a great place to post behind the scenes stuff. So behind the scenes pictures, when you're playing gigs, do stuff from behind the DJ booth, do stuff from packing your car, anything that people wouldn't normally see about what you do. Behind the scenes little videos are great. And of course, Instagram stories are the darling at the moment. They're far, far more, about 10 times more effective apparently than Instagram posts. So if you can do tiny little Instagram lives. But the thing with Instagram is, it's about letting people behind the scenes. It's about showing people little things about you as a DJ that they wouldn't normally see. You're going to go to a record shop because you want to find some records to rip and play on your controller. That's really interesting to people. Take a few photos, do a little video, do a little live outside the shop. It's all the impromptu behind the scenes stuff. It might appear mundane to you, but it could be really interesting to your audience. Facebook was once the darling. It's kind of fallen from grace a little bit, but it's still massively important. Use a Facebook page rather than your personal Facebook profile. Go into Facebook and set up a page for you, which is separate from your personal stuff. It's really important. Keep an alternative version of your homepage here. So all the stuff that you would normally put on your website, put a copy of it on your Facebook page. Facebook's got lots of interesting sections. It's got an about section, it's got a contact section, and all that kind of thing. Populate that with all the stuff that you'd also put on your website. Facebook's a good place to share links to other stuff, to all the other services we're talking about here, in the same way that your own website is. And it's also a good place to share links to other people's stuff. So one of the things about promoting online, promoting yourself online, is that you're going to get more come back to you if you are generous to other people. When other DJs, when clubs, when magazines, when bands you like do stuff that impresses you, post about it. And Facebook's one of the great places to do that. To post links, because of course you can't post links on Instagram, big though it is. It's just a far more limited platform. So the next one is Twitter. Now Twitter, I'm going through in order of importance here. You definitely want Instagram, you definitely want Facebook. Twitter, some people it's great, some people not so great. If you're a person who likes writing a lot, writers tend to like Twitter. Twitter is good for starting and joining in conversations. It's good for asking questions as well. If you've got a little following of DJs and you follow DJs and you need help with something, hey, Twitter can be a good place to get that help and to test the water on stuff. So Twitter is, I like to think of Twitter as the text version of Instagram. It's the throwaway stuff. It kind of can be the behind the scenes stuff, but you don't need pictures, right? Instagram, you've got to have a picture or it's nothing. You just want to quickly say something without much thought and see the things other people are saying without much thought. Twitter is a good place to be. But it's also a good place to jump on the top of breaking stories, because of course Twitter is the breaking news channel. Is it important? No. If you don't want to have one of these channels, I'd say Twitter is probably the one. Or indeed, another one you might not want to have at all is LinkedIn. So why don't you want to have LinkedIn? Well, it could be completely out of bounds because of your day job. If you're using LinkedIn for your day career, you really possibly don't want to get your DJ stuff on there at all. And that's absolutely cool. If you are not using LinkedIn in your day job, indeed, if DJing is important enough to you to be something that you think is going to become or even is your main job, then it can be a smart place, especially if you want to court corporate work. Because guess what? You might be just another DJ and maybe not even a very cool DJ everywhere else. But trust me, on LinkedIn, you're going to be the coolest kid on the block, because LinkedIn is deathly dull. So you go on there and start posting DJ stuff in a way that appeals to corporate customers, corporate clients, people in your city who might book you, your local administration or whatever. You just promote this kind of acceptable face of DJing on there. You're immediately the coolest kid on the block. So LinkedIn is a place that you might want to consider using, but most DJs don't. The big ones here are Instagram and Facebook. So that's kind of the social media channels. What about the other places that you could post? Well, YouTube is kind of social media. It's also kind of a search engine. It's the second biggest search engine in the world after Google, and you definitely want a presence on YouTube. So let's have a look at what you want to do on YouTube. This is the place to post anything official that you make. If you've got someone who can make a quick video about you, or you make a quick video yourself, they're not too hard to make nowadays, little promo video, this is where you want it to live, because of course it is the video maker's dream platform, YouTube. But also it can be used for DJ mixes, but do beware. A lot of people get away with it. There are channels that just post DJ mixes and they seem to get away with it. Other channels don't seem to fare so well. But you can get away with posting little DJ mixes. Probably best to post demos, but expect them to be taken down. What normally happens on YouTube is you get told off a little bit, but adverts then just appear on your mixes, or the mix gets taken down. But it's not often you get the copyright strikes at the time of recording this anyway, that you have to get 3 of and then your channel's taken away. That doesn't happen very often in my experience and in our experience. However, you've got to be careful. You've got to be aware that posting copyrighted material is definitely a grey area on YouTube. But look, little DJ demos and stuff, get your camera above your decks, get the sound out of your decks into some kind of digital recorder, put the lot together and post it on YouTube. This can be immensely powerful to show off your skills. So a lot of people do that. It can be used to post your own productions. If you're a producer, you can, any old video will do. Just take your webcam, hang it out your window with your laptop, go like this a bit, post your music with it. Just get something moving. People even post audio only. That's a little bit lame. But don't think you can't post your own productions on YouTube just because you haven't got a video. Anything will do at first. And it can also be a great place. And I think at the beginning of your career and in the next lesson, when we're talking about growing your online and offline profile, growing your reach, if you like, you'll see this kind of coming more into focus. But it can be a great place at the beginning of your career to post vlogs, to post free tutorials, advice, tips. As you go through your DJing journey, you will come across problems and you'll solve those problems. Stick your camera on. Record it. Just use your smartphone and stick it up on YouTube. Help people along the way. There's a rule here, show people your journey. You don't have to show them the finished result. Show them your journey. You will attract viewers and you'll attract fans that way. So it can be a great place to do all that stuff as well. But even if you haven't got anything to post on it at all, at least get your YouTube channel set up and get it ready for the time when you have. Mixcloud. This is currently the only legal place that you can post DJ mixes. You post a DJ mix up here, it will stay there. Now, people can't download it. It is a bit of a DJ echo chamber. In other words, there's only other DJs on there. So you are going to need to promote your links. But if you want a link to your profile, to where your mixes and stuff hang out online, so you can put it on your business cards, so you can put it on all your other websites, then it is the place to do it, because guess what? Everything you post there is going to stay there. It's a channel that is reliable. So Mixcloud for your mixes is kind of a no-brainer. That said, you can get away in a lot of instances with posting your mixes on SoundCloud. A lot of people's mixes stay up there forever. The trouble is, some of them don't, and some people have even had their channels closed down. So beware if you're going to do it. But SoundCloud's got such a big reach for DJ mixes that some people think it's worth the risk posting their mixes up there, because it's like 100 to 1 against Mixcloud for the number of people who are likely to hear your stuff. SoundCloud, though, is a lot better for your own productions. It is the place for you to post music you've made yourself. The grey area, of course, is re-edits, remixes, that kind of thing. It's the same as posting DJ mixes. You could easily get slapped. There's an awful lot of stuff up there that's been up there for a long time that has never been, no one's ever been told off for posting there. So again, you just got to tread carefully on SoundCloud. And other sites, there are other places that you might want to look at bagsying on the internet. If you're into mobile or wedding DJ, then wedding DJing directory sites like Wedding Wire or The Knot for weddings, for instance, but other directory sites, depending on your country and your kind of DJing, you will know the sites. And if you don't, a bit of Googling in your country or in your region will show you them. You might never get work from them. You might not even care if you ever get work from them. But guess what? It's another listing when people Google your name on that front page of Google, which is what you want. But also there are other sites like Resident Advisor. You can get a Resident Advisor profile. Beatport lets you have a profile as well on their site, so you can have a little page on there with your DJ stuff. Anywhere else that DJs have got profiles, guess what? Spend half an hour signing up, getting it up there, because you're getting your name there, you're getting your picture there, and you're getting some other little corner of the internet bagsied for you. You'd be amazed, after signing up for everything pretty indiscriminately, how many of them push up to that front page of Google when people search your name. You might be overwhelmed here. You might think, how the hell am I going to do all that stuff? Setting up a website looks to me to be impossible. An email list, what about everything else? Look, let me give you a minimum viable product version of this. You're going to want a one-page website, a single page, your name, your picture, one sentence, and a link out to your social media services. You can manage that. You're going to want a little form on that website, if possible, to a very simple email provider. And they're free, by the way. Tiny Letter is free for like 2,000 signups or something. It's totally free. That is not beyond you. Get that set up. Trust me, you're in the long run, you're going to thank me for making the effort to do that now. So you're going to want those two things. You're going to want one single DJ mix. You're a DJ. A DJ mix is never going to get you work, but you have to have one. You have to have a mix that you can push people towards and say, hey, go and have a listen. That's me. So you're going to want one DJ mix. So you're therefore going to want to register on Mixcloud to get that mix up. And you're going to want Instagram and Facebook as a minimum. The rest of it, Twitter, LinkedIn, even YouTube, it can wait, but definitely Instagram and Facebook, because that gives you the chance to post everything, to post the throwaway stuff, the behind the scenes stuff, the quick photos from your phone and stuff. Instagram's good for all that. And Facebook is good for the kind of longer form stuff. You can post whole videos on Facebook. You can post articles on Facebook. You can post stuff that is a little less throwaway than Instagram. And of course, Facebook works in and out for links as well. So those two combined with your website and email list is enough. If you can, add in YouTube, because it's just so important nowadays. And one thing that you're going to want, if at all possible, is at least a good picture of you. You can take an awesome photo of you on your smartphone. You don't need anything else. Just get someone to hold that camera and do the photos. Do your hair, get your best clothes on, get yourself out in daylight somewhere cool and get a few photos taken, chop them up and use the same photo shoot across all your services. Use the logo you've got, use your DJ description, just write a 1 or 2 sentence description about who you are and what you do. Get that everywhere that I've just described, or at least the places that you want to start with. And you set up your online profile. You've ticked all the boxes. You set up the stuff you've got to have. It's a push. You can do it. But of course, there's no point setting this stuff up unless you're actually using it as part of a strategy to get the word out about yourself. And it's that strategy that is the missing thing here that we haven't talked about at all. So in the next video, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about growing your profile both online and offline. Don't go to that video until you set up at least the minimum stuff here, or at least started setting it up, got the ball rolling. And I will use the links underneath, and also please do ask questions underneath, specific questions. I will take the time to answer every single one of them. But also go over onto Student Hub, especially when you want people to give you feedback on your website, on your social pages, on your, as we said in the last video, on your logo and so on. That's the place to get the feedback, and that's the place to ask for specific help, because guess what? There's hundreds of students over there. There's only one of me, and whatever the services you're using, whatever the particular tiny niche problem is you're having, I guarantee another student will have had it and will be able to help you. So between all those resources, between all that help, between all the links underneath and the stuff I've told you in this video, you do have enough to get that minimum viable product stuff sorted. Download this, scribble notes all over it, and when you have got started, move on to the next video, because it's an equally big one. There's a lot of concepts in there, but it contains the very, very best training I can give you on how to grow your online and offline profile. I actually can't wait to see you over in there to fill your head with all the ideas about how you're going to do that. So I will see you in that video when you're ready.